right, look at this beast. This is a 2024 GMC Sierra heavy duty Duramax diesel AT4X edition, and it makes me wonder, has GMC lost their minds? That's what this truck makes me wonder. So hey, it's Tim, Pickup Truck Plus SUV Talk. I was at an event last week in Bozeman, Montana. I got the opportunity to drive this home, so I have lots of thoughts on this. Let's go and talk about the exterior, interior, and we'll do some driving impressions. Then we'll talk about more about, have they lost their minds? I don't know, in a couple of different ways. Depends how you look at it. But let's go ahead and check this out, because this is how you look at this. This is a truck, folks. This is a truck with a capital T. It is a massive beast. 35-inch tires from Goodyear Wrangler. I have the Dokes in the front, the GMC there. Now there is an AEV edition of this as well. It gets boron steel front skid plates plus a front steel bumper, front rear bumper. In this case, AT4X. Got a little dirty because I thought, well, that's a truck with a capital T. So why not check it out? It was a little dirty. Never harmed anything. Really kind of cool. 2500 here. I have a little bit of gloss black there. A bunch of bug guts. Sorry about that. Lots of killing season this time of year. I have the air inlet for more airflow to the turbo, so it can run cooler and we can tow more and have better performance. Duramax diesel right there, 6.6. And then the towing mirror. So one of the things I want to point out is we have multi-matic DSSV dampeners on the front as well. So front there, and we'll talk more about those in a minute. But this has got lift on it, and yeah, as tall as the mirror. I am 5'7", and while I like this truck, it's hard for me to get in and out of this thing. It really is. So crew cab, we have that step in the bed is here, and then I don't know if I can do it. There it is. There's the bed. Multi-matic DSSV dampeners there. Those are really impressive. They use them on sports cars and things, and in the truck world, it really makes the dirt roads and climbing over stuff like doesn't even exist. I went through some washboards on the way over here and didn't feel them at all. Pretty impressive. I have my big, gotta have the big turbo diesel exhaust pipe. We have the step there, and yeah, this step is yeah, and it's even like, what's interesting is when I drop this down, I drop down a multi-pro tailgate, or call it this, which we can get some kicker speakers in here, by the way. Get the kicker speakers, they're badass. Anyways, so when I look at this and I try to talk about getting in, it's a common theme, but yeah, we have the hookup there going in, the gooseneck hookup there, so you can have a gooseneck trailer, although I do wonder, with a lift, bigger tires, what gooseneck you're going to get, because goosenecks haven't grown very much. You're going to have to put airbags in your gooseneck to raise it up on the tires, or figure out some sort of application. But yeah, nice little seat. I had to get in this morning and get some chairs out, and I won't be doing that again. So, because at this angle, I mean, I'm just going to walk for a minute. Do walk like an Egyptian. All right. Yeah, so that's your size, AT4X, radiant red tin coat. So it's a pro and con, right? So it's really big, which is really cool for overall looks, and people are doing this anyways. You can go over any obstacle. I'll show you some footage on the screen here. We're doing a downhill assist control exercise in Bozeman, and this thing just climbs down. No big deal. Over a rock, over an obstacle. This is the go anywhere truck, is the cool thing about the bigness. But we'll talk more about big here in a little bit. Let me close the tailgate and show you the interior, and let's talk more about this. Okay, tailgate closed. Let's check out the interior. And what's nice is the automated running boards. What isn't so great is how tight they are against the cab. So you basically put your foot past the cab to get in. One of those weird things. My kids have been back here using it quite a bit. We have under-seat storage there. Those are some hookups for some diesel plug-in for the wintertime. We have the USB right there, heated up board seats, and then we have a little colder situation, and also our hidden bin for our moonshine runs over in Kentucky. We have some Bose speakers here, nice wood trim here. I really like the way they have some stylish here. This truck just looks good. I mean, it's just, I don't know how else to talk about it. It's a good looking truck. I've had a lot of people stop me this week and kind of just stare at it. It's kind of interesting. This truck has gotten lots of attention around here. As you'd imagine, in rural Nebraska, we like trucks. Here we are. We have payload 2853. We have the all cool VIN specific trailering information. Curb weight 85 or close to 8,500. 2853 in payload. Our max towing conventional is 1850. Gooseneck is 18.1. Max tongue weight 2715. So that's that truck is. So Yeah, the front seat's the same as the front door, same as the other doors. Nice double stitching here, just looks really good. But this is my challenge, getting in. So, oh yeah, AT4X on the sill plate. So I got a foot here. I grab here, and now I'm hanging free. So I mean, I like it. It's a bit much. Okay, so then. Close the door. So we have trailing mode here, auto 4-wheel drive. We have 4 low, 4 high, 2-wheel drive. Some lighting controls. We have the HUD display, which it doesn't seem like to be active in this vehicle for whatever reason. I can't. May have just been. I don't have a sticker for it, so they may have deleted that for part shortages, but whatever. I've adaptive cruise control, regular cruise control. Heated steering wheel's on. A little cool morning here in Nebraska. Turned on the thing. We have fuel low because. So I drove from Bozeman down, so 15, 16, which I thought was pretty good for a truck of this size. With, look at the PSI in those tires, 35-inch tires. I thought it was pretty decent. We have the air vents here, double stitching here, the new infotainment system here, which is really nice, and you can just kind of scroll through different places and see where I'm at. But I like the clock. The clock's my favorite. We have, camera views. Camera views are really cool. So I can do front, I can do really close up front, I can do sides, I can look at the hitch, I can look at the bed, and then I can zoom in. So if you haven't been on one of these trucks in a while, it's really are impressive. When you put it into reverse, it comes up as well, so you have all these camera views coming up as well, so you can kind of play stuff around, kind of screw around with what you want to see on the screen. So there we go with that. Exhaust brake built in, so we have the diesel. I have the start-stop button here, which is a lot different. This is a whole different setup than a Chevrolet. So Chevrolet versus GMC, this whole apparatus here is different in the Chevrolet. Engine start-stop, heated and cooled seats. There's controls, gloss black, which that's my bitch. Or somebody said to me, they said, I've never heard somebody say bitch instead of complaint. Okay, weird. My complaint on this, sir, is that it always looks dirty. I have the lane assist lines things, parking sensors. Oh, this is lane departure. It vibrates you and lets you know you're out of your lane. Gosh, I can't speak today. Drop tailgate. The hazard buttons, the traction control, all the windows down. We call that the who farted button. We have the rear axle locker, and we have the downhill assist control, which I showed you in that video from Bozeman. Some trailer brake controls here, USBs here. The ever popular, and this works for my cell phone all the time, is the wireless charger there for your cell phone. AT4X there, and it's kind of a really nice look. I'm going to move my camera over a little bit, and yeah, I like that. So we pop that open, and we have some storage in here, a real 110, and some more storage. We have the double glove box there. The stitching carries all around, and there is the seats. Better look at the seats. Boom, boom. AT4X built in there, which doesn't rub in your back at all. It's kind of just, you don't even notice it's there. I have a small little sunroof. There it is, and some stitching there as well. So let's get on the road and talk more about this truck, capital T truck. Oh, nice and soft. Okay, let's check out how expensive this is. So I'm going to go to Vehicles. I'm going to go down in the screen, and there's you need to know this is the prior generation. This is the new generation, 2024. So got to scroll down to find this right now. Eventually, if you watch this video in a couple months, it probably won't be there, but that is today. So starting price 44, which is going to be for the base truck, but that's not what we're going to build at all. So supply chain shortages. You have UAW strike, lots of stuff going on, delaying production, but let's hop in. If you were to buy one today and everything was coming through the factories, this is what you'd look at. So we have 8. So we go across from Pro, which is the work truck version, SLE, SLT, AT4, which is your first kind of step up to an off-road version, the Denali, which is the higher trim level, lots of cool features in there, and then you have the Ultimate guys. You have the Denali Ultimate, which is full of all sorts of creature comforts. It's quite the interior. Plus, it's got this Vader chrome front to it. Looks pretty cool. AT4X we're looking at today has this set up for gas and for diesel. Now, that's a diesel we have outside, so it's $10,000 more. And then if I click on details, yeah, we have the locking rear differential, 2-inch factory lift, multi-mag DSSV dampers, which we'll talk more about that, and I've talked about that. We'll talk about the AT4X AEV edition, the multi-pro tailgate we have on there. Those are the kicker speakers, really cool to have. The power retractable assist with LED perimeter lighting, I'll show you more about that. adaptive cruise control, heads-up display, the red recovery hooks, the surround view vision camera, the cargo bed lighting, and the available boron steel oil pan and front axle skid plate. Then a trailer tire pressure and temperature sensors. That's really cool for when you're towing, because your trailer, you can see what the tires are on the trailer pressure. But let's go ahead and build this one with $94,425. And I built it before. Must be saving my last price on there. But that's with the AEV edition. We have volcanic red tin coat, which is a pretty cool look. The wheels, I set up the AEV edition here. But if we go back here and we do these wheels and we remove the $9,395, that's the AEV edition. Branded floor liner, stamped steel front and rear bumper, heavy duty cast iron recovery points, the gloss black door handles and black tailgate accent, the 18-inch AEV Salta black gloss aluminum wheels, 18x9 spare tire, the stamped boron steel front approach skid plate, the stamped steel steering gear skid plate, transfer case skid plate, upfitter switches, and you can see that look there. But let's take that off and go back to interior. Interior, you have the choice of Obsidian Rush. That's your choice. Packages, that AEV edition, the cargo convenience package, a little bit storage, console mounted safe. The gooseneck hitch package, which is installed in this vehicle, $325 for that. And you can do a snow plow prep and camper package too, which I don't know if I have that. So we're going through here. And we come over here. Here's some accessories you can put on, things like that, exterior options. But let's just go with just what we have. And so we have $95,800 for the AT4X four-wheel drive truck, $3,500. Again, 10 grand more about for the AEV edition of this. I wanted to talk about a couple of other details. I was just driving back to the house and I just remembered things I want to talk about. So I drove 8 hours from Bozeman down to my house, 700 some miles, and I can tell you that the seats are okay. They're not my favorite seats out there. I have been very critical of GM seats in the past. These are better, I think, than the base level seats. So if we're looking for more comfort, definitely at higher trim levels. I just feel like there's a bar or something right in the rear of my backside that just seems like it hits me in GM vehicles for whatever reason. On the road driving, my goodness, I did 75, 80 miles an hour, just like I was driving a sedan. It is crazy how impressive this is driving. I don't hear any tire whine or road noise as far as inside the cabin or even tire whine from those 35s. And so, yeah, it's a really impressive rig on those with those tires and with the setup. Even like I said, lifted and things, even the wind blowing, it doesn't care. It's going, and it's going straight down the road, and it's comfortable, and I'm taking one hand, I'm steering, and very little play in the steering wheel, and I can't tell you how impressed I am about how much more impressed I am about this truck as far as on-road driving and off-road driving. It's a no-brainer for, again, ranchers, farmers who need that capability, or oil rig workers or forest workers or somebody who needs that capability. This thing is, load the kids up for the family trip down to dinner, and then on Monday take it to work and climb with your buddies and go cut down logs and such and not worry about anything. It really comes down to. It is that darn good. So let's get back to the video. All right, so there you go. We talked about the truck, exterior, interior. We talked about driving back to Bozeman, talked about off-roading with it, and we talked about the price. Now, like I said, you can add the AEV edition for 10 grand more, which I personally would do. The steel bumpers are a really big hit with me. Boron skid plates, that's a big deal for me. And so I think that makes some difference when you're looking at that truck overall. And I understand it's 10 grand more. 90 to 105, I don't know. It's a lot to ask for this truck. So that's the first thing. So here I'm driving on some dirt roads. I mean, it's just like it's a cruiser. It's like a big truck that doesn't feel like a big truck. And just, I mean, I hit all these obstacles and who cares? I go over stuff, who cares? I go to a four-way stop, you know who goes first? Me, the big red truck. I go first all the time. Just because it's like, nobody's gonna mess with you in this thing. I do, like I said, have the concerns about, can you even tow with this? Because the truck has gotten so tall. I don't know, you hook up many trailers that are not a bumper pull trailer. If you do bumper pull, you can have the adjustable hitch. That makes sense. But yeah, look, on the road, foot down, Duramax goes, tons of torque and tons of power. Have no concerns about the powertrain. So the real question is, like I said, has GMC lost their minds? I have, like I also said in the video, I've had more people stop me in this truck. I had a golf buddy, actually, I was playing golf with him, and he stopped in the fairway and just stared at the truck for a while. And I was like, are you okay? Like this, what's going on here? But yeah, it's gotten people's attention. So on the one hand, you have a $95,000 tall 3/4 ton truck with Duramax diesel. I mean, $95,000. And then you add the AEV edition, you're $105,000. That's a lot of money. But what's funny with that is that I've told people that number and they haven't batted an eye. Like they have, my friends and people I've talked to are like, yeah, okay. Like they think it's absolutely worth it. And so I don't know. What do you think? Has GMC lost their minds in building such an impressive machine? I mean, if you thought about a truck as a tool to do a job, you'd be hard pressed to find ranchers and farmers around here that wouldn't buy this truck. Now, granted, the caveat with doing the gooseneck and being so tall, but I mean, if you got to go rescue a cattle that's been lost, or go over any sort of obstacle, or go over any sort of hillside, or just, you know, want to have go through the fields and stuff, how could you not want this truck? Ground clearance, departure angles, I mean, everything getting in and out of stuff, the rear locker, the Duramax diesel. This is a lust-worthy truck. It really is. But you look at the price, though, and you look at what they've done. Like, is it something that customers are going to demand? I mean, a lot of customers who have this truck tend to build it rather than buy it. And so the question is going to be, do they want to buy it, or they want to build it their own self? That's going to be an interesting question. And then the third thing is, again, like I said, is price. So has GMC lost their minds? Is it too expensive? It's a ridiculous truck. Or they lost their minds because they built this really badass rig that you want. Because people tell me they want this thing all over the place. Or is it just, I don't know, is it just not something that you're really interested in? Are you not happy with the way the direction of half-ton and even 3/4 ton and 1 ton trucks going to being more off-road focused machines? There's a lot to unpack with that question. So I'll be curious your comments, because I know they're coming. So for more, check out videos over here, website down below as well, pickuptrucktalk.com. As always, thanks for watching. I will see you down the road.